What is going on, guys? It's Justin from the J Media back with another video. So little continuation from the Turbo Lancer build. Basically I was at the shop a few days ago, so it's the weekend, they closed. So right now I'm gonna head back to the shop. Thankfully my schedule right now is kind of one day on, one day off, so I'm going every alternate day to check on the progress. So yeah, pretty excited to see what progress they made on the turbo build so far. I know the last time I was there, they're pretty much just taking off the hood, taking off the bumper, disconnecting the wires, spark plugs, injectors, all that good stuff. So trying to disconnect as much stuff as possible to make space for the install. So we haven't quite started installing stuff yet. I'm not sure if they made any progress yesterday, but we'll go to the shop to check it out. So again, I'm taking my daily, my Acura RSX DC5 over to the shop. It is raining outside, so yeah, just gonna drive this slowly and catch you guys when we're at the shop. Quick little gas stop. I had to get some gas, and it's a little cheaper out here, so that's what I'm gonna do. Get some gas, fill out the RSX, and then head to the shop. And I stopped here because check out the gas. Ooh, that's super cheap gas. And I guess while I'm here, let me walk around, show you guys the RSX. I know some of you guys have been missing this car. Haven't shown the car too much, but I daily drive the car. So we just got over here to Long Shop. I'm gonna unload some stuff. Ooh, look, we have a fellow RSX in here as well. Alright, so we just parked outside, and like I said earlier when we pulled in, there's this RSX over here. I shouldn't call it RSX, I should call it a Honda Integra. Reason being, if you look at the steering wheel, it's on the wrong side. It's on the right side. So yeah, DC5 Honda Integra from Japan. Sitting on some Anki RPF1 wheels. You guys know when I was thinking of switching out wheels for the RSX, I was looking at these as well. Great wheels. And this thing is clean. Big old turbo over there. RSX is done. Sounds pretty good. And we came to check out the progress on this. So in a little bit, I'll just check with Long to see. I wasn't here yesterday, so we'll see, you know, if anything's been done so far, and see what else we can get done today. So I also brought along these Hello Supertone horns. Got new ones since my old ones were pretty bad. Paint was pretty faded. Got these from the house. These are like some, I guess, LED reflectors here. And then also some LED lights that I might want to wire up on my front bumper. So we'll see. So small little stuff that I brought at the house. These super easy to put on, so I'll just set those on in a minute. But yeah, we'll just check with Long, see what progress has been made. It's also been raining all day out here. We have Long Civic Type R sitting over here, and we also have this Slam Accord on bags. Looks pretty clean. Let's come and check it out real quick. It's pretty clean. We also took off the wheel, and plan of today, Long's trying to tackle the cams. So we're also talking about possibly deleting this washer fluid reservoir, so we'll see. Since I do have to put this extra trans cooler, so not a must, but since I'm running the CVT transmission, I already have one stock transmission cooler, but just want to add one more, as well as the fans, just to keep it cool so I don't have my transmission blowing up on me. So right now we have the head off, the valve cover off. And yeah, as you can see, it's black. I did consider possibly painting it, but then I was like, I kind of want the black because the titanium will go pretty well. The black to contrast it more. Long was recommending maybe getting like a wrinkle black, so a little bit of texture might look cool. And while we're at it, you know, he said it could replace the gaskets as well, just so, you know, before we put it on, replace the gaskets. So yeah, cams are going in today. So again, little close up. These are the stock cams. So even if you're NA, you're not going to turbo the Lancer, you could still drop in cams. They give extra horsepower. So estimated about 20 extra horsepower just on dropping in the cams. So these are my stock cams. And then over here, these are the OEM Evo 10 cams. So yeah, you can pretty much purchase them, like I said, off any Evo 10. If you do want to go off the market, like a Stage 2 cam, you do have to change out like the retainers and valve springs. That's what I heard. So I'm not going for something too aggressive. So yeah, just for the power gain. And to put in perspective, just dropping those cams, so the used cams over here for maybe about $100, $150 you can get them, 20 extra horsepower gain, but you have to get it tuned. So for pretty cheap you can get extra power. So I had to jack up the engine and taking off the belt right now so that we can get to the motor mounts. It's bad. How often do they go bad? Is it like 60? Yeah. Damn,
it really depends on the condition.
Okay. Mine's at 25,000 miles, but probably because over a couple years, I guess.
Yeah.
So now that the belt's off, I'm almost recommending changing it, since over time you can see, try to focus, you can see a bit of cracks on it. And then just getting this motor mount off right now. So the motor mount is just on one side?
No, we got one.
One here too?
Here, and then in the rear.
Okay.
I'll take the pump out of the way.
So the bolts are out from the motor mount.
We can get access to the tensioner and loosen our tensioner, TDC it, and change out your cams.
Okay. And so this is a necessary step?
Yeah, you know, you have to get the cams out.
Okay.
The timing tensioner and chain is behind the cover.
Just by looking, I thought you could just take it off from here, but no.
I mean, that's possible, but that's not it.
That's the right way to do it?
That's not the right way of doing it.
Gotcha.
Because the tensioner is you're more worried about the tensioner, you know? I don't know how that... If it wasn't RSX, I can do it, but... It's not that hard to take the time cover out, so I mean, it's better to do it right, you know?
Yeah. How different are they, like, compared to an Evo 10 to work on? How about the same?
To do the cams, you gotta loosen up these bolts too. This one and this one. And the cover, you can see the cover's in the way.
Oh,
You can't put a socket in there.
Gotcha. So you gotta remove the motor mounts and all that stuff. What was the stuff that you just put down?
That's just timing cover bracket.
Timing cover bracket, okay.
Yeah. That's just a bracket that holds the mount next to.
Oh.
So it'll be just like this.
Okay.
So this comes out and then this comes out.
So this thing is in the way, that's why.
Yeah, well, just to get time cover out, this is one.
Okay.
Now we just got the water pump pulley to get out. Once we get the water pump pulley loose, get the crank off, crank pulley off, and then start unzipping the tongue cover.
Okay. Would you say like a cam job is something like people could DIY, or would you say it's like pretty difficult?
Yeah, if you could. Same. I would say it's not that hard. Because the good thing about doing a timing chain, it has its marks. So as long as you grow everything back in the same color marks, it would be can't really go wrong. The only thing people do wrong is just doing the torque specs incorrectly. These you gotta do torque specs correctly on all these. You can't be too tight.
You say whether it's a turbo or any build is a good upgrade, good power upgrade.
Yeah. Cams are always a good upgrade. We're gonna get the mark onto T. See that little marker that's coming?
Okay. So basically, where is it? Right there. There's like a little mark. So you said we just need to make sure that it's not later when you put it back together, it's right, I guess.
Yeah, these marks help you get everything back in place. That's why I was saying it's kind of hard not. Kind of hard to mess this up if you put everything on TDC. The marker just looks to be a little brighter. So, where's that? And both. You see how it's all with the white marks?
Oh yeah.
You see the bottoms are it's at the T? The marks at the T already?
Yep.
That's luck, like, no. So we just put it back exactly how we found it. These chains, you see how this is a darker chain link?
Mm-hmm.
Those match up with the little circle, that little pin. It's like a mark. So as long as these darker chains line up with that, see the dark ones are here too, lines up with that, and that's a T at the bottom for TDC, all the marks match, you really can't mess this up. So we'll go ahead and remark ours.
Okay.
Just put it back how you found it.
So when you take the cams out, it's gonna mess with that a little bit. That's why.
Because we're gonna loosen up the. Yeah, we're gonna take this off, and not just that. We're going to loosen up the tensioner. So
just marking spots up there and on the bottom, just so whenever we put it back together, everything is all correct.
Check it out.
So if the AC compressor that was in the way, so I had to remove that as well. So this is what this guy is. It's all loose right now.
Just being held on by silicone left. And make sure you gotta be careful you don't want to break the cover.
So it's loose. Earlier there was like a little pin that's holding it in place. So just use a pry bar to slowly wedge it out.
Thank you.
So yeah, as you can see, the whole side is going to come off. So yeah, pretty much earlier just taking off all the bolts on the side that's holding it in place.
So the pins right here. That pin is
Okay.
I was just going to blow a hole. Tensioner. This is what keeps the chain all nice and tight. So that way we can, that way everything stays TDC. But we're gonna take the tensioner out to loosen the chain, so we can take the chain off, and then we're gonna break these bolts loose, take the cams out, replace it, and put everything back in. Pretty straightforward. Let me see if I can find the mark for the crank.
It's way more stuff to remove than I expected. I just thought take off the valve cover and it's it.
See this little darker chain link?
Yeah.
And it matches with that pin. We already matched the top, so as long as those three marks match your marks, you're good.
Okay, so one up here, one down here, and two up the.
Yep. Every car's like that. Every car has its own.
That's why Long was marking the chain so that everything matches. Because when you put it all back together, you definitely want to make sure everything's all aligned. Alright, so we had some oil spill, so we had to drain the oil first from the oil pan. Oh yeah, it's all leaking. So just gonna let the oil drain right now, just since that has to be done anyway at some point. Right now I'm breaking the cams loose.
I'll show you how to lock it in later.
So Long already went ahead and broke the cams loose. So yeah, hopefully these guys should be coming out pretty soon. And the belt comes off. So that was what we had to do earlier. We had to mark it just so whenever you put it back, you know which spot to put it back at.
Like this, you're not supposed to shoot it out like that.
Just so you don't strip.
No, like there's a way of something to take it off in a certain pattern. As far as I've done, I never had a problem.
You say later whenever you put it back, you have to torque it to a certain spec.
Choke it off to a certain spec.
When the guy sent him to me, he had it all wrapped up, but I just took him
Should have
out.
left it wrapped up.
I didn't know.
All that corrosion on it? No,
Oh.
clean all that up.
Just by looking, I can't even tell how different it is. The size bigger?
Oh, it's fucking the same.
Alright, so we have both stock cams out, and right after they're out, right before we are about to install the new one, we have our first issue. So over here, I got these off eBay, and apparently the seller, I wasn't sure if he didn't know or he made a mistake, but on the cams itself they look similar, and you can tell because one says EX and the other one says EX, so basically both are exhaust. One's supposed to say IN, one says EX, but both are EX. They're both exactly the same, so can use it. Have to file a claim and get another set. And if you look over here at the stock cams, you can see over here it says IN, the intake, and over here it says EX, so it should be like that as well. Well, unfortunately the cams install didn't go as planned. Like I showed you guys, it was supposed to have one cam that says EX for exhaust, one cam says IN for intake. Unfortunately, the seller who I bought it from sent two of them that says EX, so both exhaust. They're identical, they should be different. So I'm trying to file a claim with him. Hopefully I can get my money back. At the same time, I do have to buy another set just because, you know, they don't fit, because they're the identical same ones. So yeah, kind of pushed back a little bit. Like I said, first roadblock, but no worries, I can get another set. Hopefully I can get one set shipped here. In the meantime, we're gonna have Long work on other stuff, so he's probably gonna do stuff like the intake, and you know, probably tomorrow I'll be at work, so again I'll try my best to document it. He'll be taking stuff off, putting stuff on, and that's what we'll be doing. So if you guys like the turbo install, well, not quite a turbo install, but if you guys want to follow the turbo build, make sure to stay tuned, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are out. Like I said, I'll be here as much as I can at the shop 3 or 4 times a week just to document the process, just so you guys can see the whole turbo build along the way. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.